So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's going to be a new Tomb Raider. And at first, it was going to be a continuation of Tomb Raider Underworld, but it's not. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? What are they doing? But it's going to be a reboot of the whole Tomb Raider series. This is before she has done any of her adventures. This is going to be her first Tomb Raiding thing. Yeah. So, the changes that they're making, well, they said they were going to make her more proportionate. Because, people aren't looking at her eyes or something when they're playing. They're looking at her chest and her waist. So, I was like, oh great, they're gonna make her look like a man. Because in the cover she kind of looks like, I was feeling a Rambo vibe from her, but the other pictures that I've seen, she actually looks good. She's young. It's like you can relate to her. So that's nice. And she's going to be 21 in this game. And it's not a reboot of the franchise, but a reboot of the entire brand. So, there will be no real Laura model. Don't ask me what that means. I don't exactly know myself. They're gonna be brutal deaths in this one. Like, for one, here's one. A deranged man repeatedly stabs her. And then after she dies, he closes her eyes. I was like, well, wow. And then there's one where a boulder falls on her leg. And then while another one comes and falls on her head. Yeah, interesting. But I think some people would like that. I don't know why, but I think they would. Um, there's no specifics on weapons yet, but she's gonna have a bow for sure, a bow and arrow, and I think a shotgun and a pistol. There's gonna be no lock on targeting, so it's gonna be like free shooting for those of you who wanna just shoot everywhere. Um. Mm, well, also another change. So you know how in regular games and in the past Tomb Raider games, well, after you finish a level, it stops and it loads and you're automatically at another place. Like you're in Thailand and now you're in Bolivia or Japan or something. But now, now you just walk everywhere. Like, you could just backtrack. You could walk in circles all you want, because it's not going to stop and load you to another place. But there are there's no guide. You make your way to the finish line. You pave the way. Also, they want to make her more relatable. And hair is important to them. So, her hair is going to be mid-back length. Yeah, because, you know, people like to see the character's hair swinging and, flipping the hair. And What else? I know there's some other stuff. Hold on. Oh, there are base camps, so you can combine and create things, you know. And it's like you have to survive because she's shipwrecked. Yeah, that's the first title I saw for it, but it's just gonna be called Tomb Raider. Yeah, so you have to gather food and water in order to survive. And I think that's actually really cool because, you know, it's more realistic and you bond with Laura. And another cool thing is like some areas are inaccessible if she hasn't like grown the ability to do it. Like, let me see, for example, she's not gonna automatically be able to start climbing walls like a spider like she usually is, because, well, she's 21 and she's gonna grow into a hardened survivor. But, you know, after she gets all the right skills and gets all the supplies, the island is hers for the taking. Hers and yours. Can't wait to get this. There are humans in the game, other humans. Yes, and not ones that want to kill you and shoot you down. I don't know if there are zombies. I hope not, because in Tomb Raider Underworld, it was freaking me out with the ogres. All that. I don't do good with that. What else? What else? Okay, well, like, for her looks. Apparently it was exhausting to create her. Oh, never mind. They do have models. I don't know what I was talking about. The bone structure was important. They wanted a little bit of baby fat in her face, you know. They wanted a nice roundness to give her a more youthful look. And ooh, for her body, they may actually, you know how Tomb Raider, when she stands next to everybody, she's usually as tall as the men and everything. Well, I never paid attention to that, but it didn't really matter to me. But in this, she's gonna be actually a head shorter than the men and all the other stuff. She's actually gonna be 5'7". I think it's pretty tall to me, but you know, she doesn't have to be a glamazon or Amazonian to survive. Ooh, they also looked at a bunch of celebrities that people like, you know, to create her because they want people to be like, I know her. I want to be friends with her. Mm. So, here, let me show you a picture. She's a little dirty and ruffled and tuffled. I still think her face is kind of manly, but maybe without the dirt on it and all that, she'll look better. See. Ooh, can you see? Can you see it? Oh, you can see it? Okay. See? Womanly curves. Womanly curves. Yeah. So, so I don't think it's that bad. Maybe after all that mess is cleaned up off of her. So, this is part 1. I think I'll have to make a part 2 because there's a whole lot of other stuff. And keep on watching my videos. Subscribe. I'll be making new videos on how it's going and stuff. Stay tuned, I guess. Yeah, that's what people say, right? Okay.